What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. Hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport and cards. As we said, we're going to change that last week, Saucy.
We did.
How you going? I'm Dom with the great man, Saucy.
I'm good. I'm good. Back again for another week. 2-8-2 on the clock, Doma. Without a week missed. So dedication to the Double Coverage fam. We're still here, week in, week out, and it's been another big week of sports, and a lot going on, and then obviously a lot going on in the hobby, which we'll talk about later in the show. We've got another card show this weekend. It seems to be the theme ongoing at the moment. Card show nearly just about every weekend, which is good to see, and we're excited. We are excited.
It is exciting. We've got the boys from Collectors Paradise jumping on in Hobby Talk to talk about their show coming up this week at the Epping Memorial Hall. So when we get to Hobby Talk, they are going to jump on and not just talk about the show. We want to get to know them as well. So as per usual, we've got some questions for them and we'll have a nice chat. And then obviously as we're live, whoever's in the live chat will be able to ask the boys some questions as well, Source. All right, let's kick it off where we always like to kick it off with the NBA. And we always like to go straight to the league leaders to start it off. And I'll tell you who's now qualified for the league leaders, Source, because he's played enough games. Luka the Don. So he's finally up there, and guess where he is? Numero uno.
Number
He's
one.
where he's, 34.4, and he's averaging 9 boards, 9 assists. It's pretty damn good. So, yeah, his 3-point percentage absolutely sucks. He's shooting it at 32.5%. And his free throw percentage actually is at 78%, which is pretty interesting for Luka the Don. But he's still dominating. The Lakers are looking okay. They're still in that top 4 spot. LeBron's gone to the G League. It's probably where he should stay at the moment.
What are you saying?
The real James is his son, and he's dominating at the moment. He's taking his game to another level. Old Bronny. It's the future, mate. It's the future, Source.
Come off it, Dom. Come off it. Luka's a streaky 3 shooter, I'll say that.
Yeah, he is.
Very streaky 3. I mean, if he's on, he's on. If he's not on, he's it's just not going for him. But yeah, look, we got a bit of a reality check. We came up against OKC the other day. They were on a back-to-back, so you would have thought, you know what, we might actually have a chance, and they absolutely pummeled us. I think they beat us by 26 or something like that. Absolutely destroyed us.
Yeah, they laid the smackdown on you.
There was a reality check for us. But a few surprising teams. You got Detroit, who started the season like a house on fire. No Cade Cunningham.
10 straight, Source.
They still no Cade Cunningham, I think, in the last 2 or 3 games, and they've still been winning. So if they're able to produce this type of basketball without their best player out there, maybe this could be the next step for Detroit basketball. Still a long way to go in the season, but it's good signs for Detroit fans who, obviously last year made their
years of pain
in don't know how long. But yeah, it could be back-to-back years in playoffs, albeit they have a good run with injuries.
100%. They've been playing really well. We'll just quickly get through this top 10 in the points. So we've got Luka on top there. Then Tyrese Maxey, he's averaging 32.5. Shy, 32 in third. Giannis, 31.2, but he suffered an injury today. We'll get to that in a second. Donovan Mitchell, 31. Lauri Markkanen, once again, 30.6. Nikola Jokic, almost averaging 30, along with his 13.5 boards and 11 assists, which is cooked. Devin Booker, who's just letting it fly in Phoenix, 28.5. Austin Reeves, 28.3. And then Jalen Brunson at 28. Cade Cunningham's just sitting outside that top 10 in 11th with his average of 27.5 points, 10 assists as well. Cade Cunningham is averaging, Saucy, which is pretty good. The standings, Detroit, as you mentioned, on top in the East. Cavs in second, Toronto in third, Atlanta in fourth, the Knickerbockers in fifth, and Philly in sixth. That's the top 6. not much to mention there except for Detroit playing really good. Atlanta's won 5 in a row as well, so they're playing some decent ball. And I'm actually being surprised by Toronto, Saucy, so far. I'm surprised. They've won 4 straight. Then in the playing spot, which is I don't know what we call that, a joke, but we got Miami in 7th, Chicago in 8th, and then Milwaukee in 9th, followed by Orlando filling out that last spot at 500. Boston sitting at 500 in 11th. But the big news, obviously, today was Giannis suffering that groin injury. I'm not how significant it was. You told me about this, so that's a big.
Yeah, it went off in the second quarter, groin injury. Let's see, how bad it is. If it's a decent groin injury, it's 4 to 6 weeks. If it's a slight groin injury, maybe a few games, maybe 2 weeks. It depends. Maybe it was precaution. Maybe they just decided to take him off to make sure he only missed maybe 1 or 2 games instead of potentially pulling it. But yeah, look, not good for the Bucks. They need Giannis out there at every opportunity. They've had a few other guys step up that have brought onto the roster. But yeah, look, I'll be honest with you, I really can't see the Bucks doing much in the East.
Well, the team that's winning the title is probably going to come out of the West, if we're being perfectly honest. Because the top 3 teams, well, realistically, the top 6 teams, they can all win in the West if they can all stay healthy. The fact that Lakers are in 4th, you don't count them out. They're in 4th, and you've got LeBron James to come into your team. It's not like we're talking about you getting Rui, who's your mama, coming back into your team, and you're getting LeBron James. So the second greatest player in the history of basketball is, and you can argue the greatest player, is coming back into the side. So you take that, I'm pretty sure, if you're a Lakers fan. It just depends on how he plays his ball, as you mentioned last week. But Oklahoma's on top. They got the best record in the league, 14-1. The Nuggets in second, 10-3. Any team with the Joker and Jamal Murray as a tandem, they'll be there right at the end, mate, if they can stay healthy.
Yeah, Nuggets are looking good. If they can stay healthy, it's always that. It's not whether Jokic can stay healthy because he's generally on the court. It's just a matter of whether Jamal Murray really can stay healthy.
Gordon as well has to stay healthy too.
Yeah, well, they need him because he's like that, just about that third option guy, and he's proven that he can be a guy that can have a game. And we always talk about this, Doma, that when it comes to the 7-game series, you need guys to step up and have games. Play a little bit out of their skin from their usual contributions to help you win games. And that's what makes the difference. A lot of the time, you'll see role players stepping up massively. Look, don't count the Nuggets out. Just not forget what they won the title 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago.
2 seasons ago.
Yeah. So
was it 2? Yeah, 2 or 3.
Before Boston? Who was before Boston? Was that Nuggets?
Denver. So 3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Anyway, they got a guy that is potentially, I think he's the favourite for MVP in my opinion so far. I know it's 14, 15 games in, but you can't go averaging a triple-double as a big guy and just dominate. LeBron needs to get out of LA. He's holding Luka and the team back.
That's what Doma reckons. We'll see. We don't know. We don't know.
Which LeBron James are you talking about? Junior or senior? Which one's holding him back, mate? Or do you get rid of the whole family?
The GM.
The GM. Aiden is playing good. Yes, he is. He's playing pretty well at the moment. Who else we got rolling? We can't go without mentioning the Rockets. KD's just humming at the moment, and the Rockets are humming. They've won 4 straight. I'm going to get to my second favorite team, the Spurs, in a minute. Minnesota up there. Golden State's won 3 in a row. And then we've got Phoenix, Portland, Utah. They round out the play-in. The Grizzlies have lost 4 in a row. Ja Morant supposedly was injured. Is that correct, Source?
Yeah.
Or got caught with gun possession. Who bloody knows?
Whether he's faking it or not. And he just
wants out.
He wants out.
He's had enough. But last but not least, the Spurs, they've won one game straight, but Wemby was hurt with a calf injury. But Magnus makes a very good point up here. Where is he? Wemby's a Jet. I'm just worried about his body holding up. Well, I spoke to the big John O'Michaels at the Melbourne Card Fair. He picked up a Wemby. And I go, this guy's a superstar, mate. And he turned around and he goes, he's going to be the GOAT, Dom. And I said, Jono, are you taking the piss out of me because I said it on the show? He's like, no, I didn't hear you say it on the show. He goes, I probably missed that episode. I'm like, you being serious? He's like, yeah, mate, if his body holds up, this guy will be the best player to ever play the game. And I don't disagree with him. So I really don't. You got I know he's old, but you got this defensive beast in Draymond Green that his only value to the Golden State Warriors is like his off-ball stuff and his defensive ability to shut down players, to give space to Stephen Curry and the other shooters. And Wemby, I don't know, he made him look like a high school basketballer. He just destroyed him.
He's an amazing talent, Doma, but as you said, it's all dependent on whether his body can hold up long term. Because you know what? When we seen the first 2 years of Zion, we thought that was the case. But I'm just telling everyone right now on the Zion train, his cards are going to be they're going to be about as valuable as Sean Kemp. He's the second coming of Sean Kemp. He's going to be forever injury prone. I'm just going to say sell your Zion cards while they've still got some value. If you're not PCing him and you think he's going to have an amazing impact, he might be a role player on a championship team, but I just don't think we're going to get what we want of Zion. We don't. No, we're not. We want to see a 35-5 average guy, and we're never going to get that, Dom, because the bloke's never going to be able to get on the court long enough to even get those averages.
The best thing about doing this podcast for 5 years, we got him during his draft class. Source, or almost 6 years. We got him during his draft class. And that Sean Kemp comment that you just made is exactly the comp, for those that are not aware, is exactly the comp that we made. Everyone was going, it's the next LeBron James. It's the next this guy. And we're like, they're like, baby Shaq, baby this. And we've gone, no, it is Sean Kemp. We said he can't deal with his weight, and he's just a big dunker highlight machine that can score because of his just brute strength. But
he's got good touch around the ring. He's got great touch around the ring. Not if he gets injured. He gets injured every season. Misses half the season nearly every season. Bloke can't even play 70 games throughout the season.
I still think Jai is better all round. I don't disagree with that. Zion's just got the greatest attribute, which is strength.
And athleticism.
Yeah. Ja Morant's got great athleticism. But yeah, it's just like you said, the strength with the athleticism is just another level, man. Another level of beast. But Wemby, I'll just leave it on this before we move on. He had deep vein thrombosis in his legs, and he missed the end of last year. He's currently got a calf injury. I just might be injury prone and will never win a defensive player. This is what the article says. League source, Wembanyama 2-3 weeks, would be at least 2 weeks. Calf injuries we've seen lately are getting worse. So I'll just want to put it out there. I'm not breaking any news here, and I'm sure as hell hoping this isn't the facts, but he's had deep vein thrombosis, all right? They put him on ice. If you're not sure what that is, it can cause blood clots. Now, calf injuries, source, where if they just pop up out of nowhere and you get like a lot of pain in your calf, can be caused due to that and potential of like small clots. So I don't know how severe it is. I'm just worried with that pre-existing injury for his health. But here you go. Wemby will be sidelined. He missed 36 games last season due to blood clots in his shoulder. Well, I just worry about that because I know a couple people that found blood clots because they had massive pain in their calf/ankle area. They went and got checked by the doctors and bang, they were lucky that they did too. And then they found clots in other spots. So I'm just hoping that this isn't something that continues, and I hope he gets his health right. And I hope it's not blood clotting. I hope it's just a calf strain because KD's had a calf strain in the past. They're similar frames, clearly.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just hoping it's that. Because I want him to come back and throw oops off the backboard and dunk on people when he gets stuck at the 3-point line source. He's got nowhere to go at the 3-point line, so he just throws it to the backboard and dunks.
The stuff he does at his size, he shouldn't be able to. But yes, it will be dependent on his health, whether he's able to fulfill his potential throughout his career.
All right, so let's move on. Obviously, we're conscious of time. We want to get the Collectors Paradise boys on at around 9:15. It is currently 8:53. So we have a big race this week, Sunday, the 23rd of November, Source, at 3 p.m. on Sunday.
3 p.m.
The Las Vegas Grand Prix.
Jeez, it must.
3 p.m. on Sunday.
That must be late as over there.
Yeah, it would be. That's West Coast. West Coast? Yeah. They'd be late. They'd be like
that would be
9:30. Oh nah. Yeah, might be 10:30. So you'll get that for us, but obviously 3 races left. There's a lot on the line this week. And I'll tell you what I'm hoping for, a DNF for Lando and a win for Max. Only if Piastri is in front of Max. That's the only way.
It's an 8 p.m. start over there. So for the 3 p.m.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So night race. All right. So yes, get tuned for that. The Las
Lando
Vegas
in the box seat at the moment. Been gifted the title. At this point,
anything can happen, Source. We saw it when Max won his first title. It came down to a corrupted safety car at Abu Dhabi, and we were watching it live with Lane, and we saw one of the greatest victories / could have been a highway robbery in the history of the sport, but it was unbelievable. So it was great to watch.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Tune in 3 p.m. Sunday. All right, so I'm going to throw to you for an EPL preview, but obviously a big World Cup qualifier, and you've got a prediction on a team to just be weary of.
All right, round 12, Premier League this weekend, Saturday the 22nd. We've got kicked off early fixture, 11:30 p.m. Burnley versus Chelsea. Then you go Sunday morning fixtures: Bournemouth versus West Ham, Brighton versus Brentford, Fulham versus Sunderland, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Crystal Palace, Newcastle United against Manchester City. That rounds out the Sunday fixtures, Sunday morning. Then you got the Monday morning fixtures. You got Leeds United against Aston Villa. Then you got the big derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham Hotspur. And then Tuesday morning, you have Manchester United against Everton to round out the round 12 fixtures in the Premier League. And then, as Dom has said, we obviously had the UEFA World Cup qualification. And the final games are playing tomorrow. We had a few teams completed their round of games today. So teams that have secured, and the second team that I pronounce will be going through the qualification. Germany has secured their passage to the World Cup, so that's locked in. Slovakia will have to play through the knockout stage. Switzerland, they still have a game to play tomorrow, so that it's not locked in, and Kosovo is in second. But Switzerland or Kosovo, one of them is going to finish on top. Most likely Switzerland, because their goal difference is so much ahead. So I'm going to say Switzerland qualifies and Kosovo in second. And then Denmark and Scotland, both on 11 and 10 points respectively. Denmark is on top, but they still have a game to play, so that will be decided tomorrow. France has secured their passage to the World Cup. Ukraine is in the qualification zone, so they will play in qualification. Spain has secured their passage to the World Cup pretty much. Even if they are to lose to Turkey tomorrow, they would both finish on 15 points. Turkey would have to beat them by 15 goals to qualify on top. That's how much the goal difference is. So I highly doubt that's going to happen. So Spain is through. Turkey's in second. And we'll go for the qualification. Portugal finished on top, so they will qualify through. Ronaldo will be at the World Cup. Ireland had that last minute, I don't know if it was winner or equaliser. I'm not sure if you've seen it, Dom. It was pandemonium in the stadium. And I think that was over Hungary, and that led to them finishing in the qualification spot and Hungary missing out. Then you had Netherlands qualifying, Poland in second, then Austria qualifying, Bosnia and Herzegovina in second, then Norway qualifying, Italy in second. So Norway getting the job done in that group. Then you've got Belgium tomorrow. They need to make sure that they get a result, at least get a draw minimum to secure their qualification and win against Liechtenstein, who's the bottom team in the group. So you'd think they'd dispatch of them. So that will get them qualified. And then you got England qualified, Albania in second, and then Croatia qualified with Czechia in Czech Republic in second, and they'll be through the qualification. That rounded out the UEFA qualifications, and a little bit more to be decided tomorrow. And Doma, as I mentioned, and watch this space. And look, ladies and gentlemen, I will just put this out there. And the time's coming. The World Cup is obviously 2026, so next year. What is it usually in around about May?
June, July.
So June, July, around then. I'll obviously have a bit more of an indication. I'll do a bit of I might even do a special episode going through my World Cup tips and advice, and I'll stand on it. Did a bit of a write-up last World Cup and got a lot of things right.
We picked the winner. We picked the winner a year and a half out.
I picked three teams that could potentially win it, Argentina being one of them. So it wasn't that difficult to see when it was all planned, really, Dom, by the sheik there over in Abu Dhabi, wherever it was, the Qatar. But watch out for Norway. That performance against Italy, away from home. Look, when you got a guy like Haaland, and we've talked a bit of rubbish about Haaland on this show, that we don't think
probably me.
He's as good as some people seem to think he is, and he's very much a striker, poacher, finisher, which, you know what, you need those guys, and you can build your whole team around Haaland, which seems to be working for Norway. And I think Haaland's going to be a massive difference. In World Cup football, in international football, where things are tight, you need a prolific striker, and that's what Haaland is. So I think Norway can actually probably make some waves in this World Cup, albeit, we'll wait until prior to the World Cup, because injuries can derail anyone's World Cup hopes. If Haaland was to get injured, if Odegaard's to get injured, that's probably going to... They're probably going to be cooked if any of those two players. So they need them to be fit. And watch out for Norway, ladies and gentlemen. So I think they might be able to actually
in Italy
make. And look, I don't have high hopes for Italy.
We can't miss 3 World Cups in a row, surely.
Hopefully they can qualify, but that's the first stage. Then we'll talk about what they can actually do at the World Cup if they get there, Dom. It's no guarantees, as we've seen. So
yeah, not great. A few comments in the chat. Magda says we need an EPL game down under eventually. Haaland is a jet. Greece suck, he says. Global agrees with him on that, and Global says, can the Poms make a shot of it? I'll give the Poms a 15% chance. What's that get us to? 15 or 12. 12.5% chance I'll give the Poms. That means they'll make it to the last 8. And then from there, they're very underwhelming.
They've got a goodest chance of any, but it all depends on how these groups fall, how the draw falls. That also plays in your favor with these sorts of things.
Mate, in all honesty,
have a chance at winning the tournament.
The most disappointing team in the last decade has been Belgium due to the hype, obviously being number 1 in the world and achieving nothing. But the biggest disappointment in the last quarter of a century, 25 years, has been England. And it may be because the time that they had all the talent, all the other big international teams had their talent, and it robbed them of, well, not robbed them, but cost them, winning a European Championship or even winning a World Cup. But the last 25 years, if we had to go through the list of their players, it'd be like, how'd they not even get to a final in a World Cup, potentially? I know you got to go back and you look at those World Cups and some of the teams are just cracked, absolutely cracked. Like the Spain team, the Brazil team, the Germany team. Like, I understand that. But, yeah. Their best chance, in all honesty, was the last World Cup in Qatar. Because you can argue that their team on paper was probably better than Argentina's. So, anyway, they just don't live up to the hype. All right, let's keep pushing through. Let's get to the NFL. We have Week 11 fixtures. The Patriots defeat the Jets. The Dolphins, 2 in a row, Sauce. We're 4-7. Can we win every game from here on out and somehow secure a wild card? Panthers win. Bills bounce back against the Bucks. They move to 7-3. The Jags win 35-6 against the Chargers. Bears over Vikings. Packers over Giants. Steelers over Bengals. Texans over Titans. 49ers over Cardinals. Rams over Seahawks. Ravens over Browns. And the Broncos defeat the Chiefs and send them to 5-5, Sauce. The Chiefs are 5-5. The Broncos move to 9-2. And then the last 2 games. Yeah, no, not at all. Eagles win 16-9 against Detroit on Sunday Night Football. And Monday Night Football, Sauce, an okay score this week, 33-16. A few TDs. The Cowboys defeat the Raiders. The teams on the bye were your Indianapolis Colts and the New Orleans Saints. Games this week: Bills, Texans, Jets, Ravens, Steelers, Bears, Patriots, Bengals, Giants, Lions, Vikings, Packers. Well, this game right here, Colts come off the bye to play the Chiefs. You could put a nail in the coffin this week, Sauce. They lose this week, it's pretty much done. So, Seahawks, Titans, Jags, Cardinals, Browns, Raiders, Eagles, Cowboys. That's a divisional game too. Falcons, Saints, Buccaneers, Rams, and Panthers, 49ers. And the Dolphins will get a bye along with the Chargers, the Broncos, and the Commanders. Sauce. Nothing big really happening at the moment over in the NFL. All right, I'm going to throw to you for UFC before we get to hobby talk because it was a huge card.
It was a massive card, Dom. I'll bring it up. We'll run through the review of the card and what happened. What did I say last week about this, Dom? Like, I love Jack Della, but, like, come on, guys. Come on, I told you guys. This was the easiest money. I literally bet over 2.5 rounds and Islam Makhachev to win. I think that was like $1.90 or something like that. You could same game multi that. I knew you probably wouldn't struggle to finish him because he's just a bigger guy, harder to get the submissions on when you go up a weight division. And he did. He struggled to get the submissions on him, but he was just ragdolled him. I mean, at one point in the 3rd round when he did the takedown on him, Makhachev on Jack Della, he took him down, and before Jack Della even reacted, he was down on the floor. It was, look, it wasn't a good
masterclass.
It was a masterclass by Makhachev, double champ. You have a look at the stats: 30 total strikes to 140, 0 takedowns to 4 takedowns, 18 significant strikes to 30 significant strikes. It was just a complete and utter demolition from round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, and round 5. Look at that, round 5 and round 4. Jack Dalla only landed one punch in round 4 and round 5. So 2 punches in 2 rounds he landed. What a complete joke. We'll just say again, everyone knows what Makhachev's going to do, Doma. Even Jack Dalla knew what he was going to do. But he can't stop it. You can't stop it. Everyone knows what he's going to do, but you cannot stop it. So why change something that's not broken? Makhachev gets another victory and secures another belt, and I don't really see.
He has to vacate one. Is that correct? You mentioned before
he has to vacate one, but I think if anything, he should stay in this division. I think this is the perfect division for him. He didn't, like in the weigh-ins, he didn't look drawn down. He looked like, this is where he's meant to be. Like in his previous division, he really, he makes weight, but he looks really, really, dehydrated.
What is it? Welterweight. Is that where what's his name? Ilia Topuria is moving up to?
Yes. I think
that could Ilia Topuria reckons it can end him. So
that could be the super fight. But once again, I love Topuria. Look, he's got talent, but I don't think he's faced a grappler as good as him. And it's a fight that would love to see. Apparently, Topuria's got great grappling, but no one's ever tried to test him. So what better test than the best guy in the whole of the UFC at grappling, Makhachev. Then you had Valentina Shevchenko put an absolute masterclass on Zhang Wei Li. I didn't realize when I selected this, Doma, and picked Zhang Wei Li, she was actually moving up a division. So I probably wouldn't have gone with her had I realized that. So, nonetheless, I think she's probably a little bit outsized in that division, and maybe going back down is her best bet. Look, I don't know where to from here for Valentina Shevchenko. Maybe Amanda Nunes is coming back. That could provide a super fight. You got Taylor Harrison, who's now a big star and potential. So there's some good matchups there. Then you had Michael Morales defeating Sean Brady. I'm not sure if you've seen this KO. It was pretty hectic. Doma knocked him out in the round 1. Then you had this one. This was a great knockout too. Carlos Paredes knocking out Leon Edwards. So that was a quick finish in the second round. And then
it's first KO ever for Leon Edwards as well, of course.
16 seconds in, I've tipped Benil Dariush, and the bloke has copped one straight on the ear 16 seconds in and been knocked out. So that was, I've had a mare, Doma, because I picked Benil, Leon Edwards. I think might have picked Sean Brady. I can't remember. I picked Zhang Wei Li, and I picked Islam. No. So I picked the main fight. So I didn't go very good on the main card. I think I might have went 1 of 5, which is pretty poor, if you ask me. Bo Nickel gave the double finger salute to the crowd. Obviously, he got kicked off the main card and demoted to the prelims. And then, obviously, to shove it in fans' faces, he knocked out Rodolfo Vieira with a head kick.
Why does no one like him?
I don't know. For some reason, the fans don't like him. I don't know why. But anyway, he gets a crazy knockout in the third round, and then you can go check out the other results. I'll just scroll through here so anyone that's watching you can see, and that leads us into this weekend. Everybody wants to go back on me. There we go. There is a card this upcoming weekend. Armin Taskurikin against Dan Hooker. Good to see the New Zealander back in the cage. And then you've got Bilal Muhammad against Gary Machado Gary. Then Volkan Ozdemir against Alonzo Minefield. Jack Hermanson against Mike Kiteb Orlabi from Kyrgyzstan. Then you got Sergey Spivak against Shamel Gazivi. Alex Perez against Asul Alambayev from
Kazakhstan. That's a great fight night, to be honest.
That is a great fight night, isn't it, Tom?
With so the main and the
in Doha, in Qatar, main card kicks off from 5 a.m. Prelims kick off from 2 a.m. and I think the early prelims. No, the prelims 2 a.m. So 5 a.m. That means the main fight will probably be on around 7 a.m. So if you're up Sunday morning nice and early, go check it out. Obviously, nice and early before you head off to the Collectors Paradise card show on Sunday morning. You can watch that and then head off to the show. And that's it, Doma. That rounds out UFC for this week. And make sure you tune in this weekend.
I just still think what Makachev's doing to people, because Topuria knocked out Volk, didn't he?
Yeah, knocked him out.
Yeah. I just think that I think he would have knocked him out anyway, but the short notice Makachev fight really stuffed him up. But if you take away that and what he did, because he went up to face Makachev as the champ, I just think the credit that has to be given to Alexander Volkanovski when his career is all said and done.
Well, he can say he is the only guy to actually push Makachev in a fight.
Yeah.
And potentially, arguably, people say that he won that fight. You know,
well,
maybe different judges on a different day.
Most people actually think he won that fight. If you had to go 100% of people and poll them that actually knew fighting and watched that fight, I'd say probably 75% would have said Volk won that fight. Because every single person you speak to that watched that fight went, I don't know how he didn't win. So it's crazy. I'm just talking about in a legacy perspective for Alexander Volkanovski. I just hope when his career's said and done, I don't want people that are not Australian. Aussies will always remember that love the sport. I just don't want him to be forgotten for his contribution to the sport and what he's done. Because, mate, he's top 5 in that weight class, maybe of all time.
Look, one thing I'll say is what probably ruined part of his legacy is taking that other fight against him.
Yeah, the Makhachev one.
Getting kicked out, getting your head kicked and knocked out.
It is. That's going to be the biggest ding.
You know,
like he's champ now, though, isn't he? He won the title back.
Yeah, he won the title back.
He won the title back.
So, you know, there's still
and he's had a nice stint. He's had a nice stint off fighting as well.
Correct.
So far.
Correct.
So hopefully he comes back to his absolute best. So, all right, Sauce. Let's get into hobby talk. First and foremost, we've got to introduce the boys from Collectors Paradise. So we have been lucky enough to have Chris and James from Collectors Paradise join us tonight on the podcast. So I'll bring them up. How you going, gents?
Let's go. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Very well. How are you?
Very good. Very excited. Very good. Happy to be here.
Oh, we're happy to have you on. We're very happy. Yeah, you look very happy to have probably like 10 people listen to you. No, just kidding. As you know, I'm very self-deprecating and like to crack too many jokes. But yeah, we're super happy to have you on. Obviously, it's a big week for you two guys. So I'll get straight into some questions. Magda's pretty happy. He's like, oh boy, guests. He's a bit shocked. Yeah, we've got some guests this week, Magda. So anyone in the chat that is in, feel free. You can ask any questions. And after we ask the questions to the boys ourselves, obviously we'll be able to ask your ones. Just first and foremost, for those that don't know you two, who are you? How long have you been in the hobby? What do you love collecting? So yeah, just a bit about yourselves.
Yeah, cool. So I guess I'll go first. A bit about me. So I'm pretty sporty, I'd say. You know, I train a lot of sports, basketball, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I know you guys do a lot of NBA here. On my time off, I like to go like spearfishing. I don't know if you guys do that type of thing. It's pretty fun when there's no sharks around. And then in the winter, I go snowboarding, and then I just play video games with the boys sometimes. So yeah. And for the collecting side, I've been collecting since I was a kid, but most of my collection has disappeared every single time we move homes. My mom's just like, yo, do you want this? And I don't even know what it is. And I'm like, nah, just throw it out. And then it's half my collection gone. Happens all the time. Jonathan's asking if you play soccer. Do I play soccer? Nah, Jonathan. I don't play soccer, bro.
That's spearfishing.
That's an interesting one.
I'm not game to do spearfishing, man. That's one of my biggest phobia. Sharks, bro. Like you're in their realm. You got no hope again if you get bitten by a shark.
He's got the spear gun. That's pretty much all he's got.
Yeah, no, it's pretty nerve wracking sometimes. Like a stingray will just swim up next to you, and those guys can get pretty big, like 1 to 2 meters, and you don't even hear it because you're underwater. You just see them randomly come up to you.
Oh man, I'd shit my
I don't want to get Steve Irwin, but
Yeah, bloody oath.
Of course.
So
I'll go next. I'm James, Melbourne born and raised, from East Side, so around Hawthorn Key area. I would say, if I was to describe me in a few words, I'm a poet. I write poetry. I'm a boxer as well, so I'm into the fitness space. I've got my PT license, and I love basketball as well. NBA, loving all the NBA talk. I'm not following it as much, but it's good to hear some updates from you guys. I go for Lakers. This is my one NBA card that I have. It's LeBron's 50K career points. That's pretty cool.
Oh, pristine 10 as well.
Yeah, BGS 10. That's the way to go. Yeah.
Nice.
But I've been collecting. I've been loving Pokemon ever since a kid. Played the games since I could remember, and then collecting the cards as well. I couldn't really collect them as a kid because they were so expensive, even at $4 a pack. But got back into it around COVID time, 2020, and been collecting ever since then. So that's about me.
Nice, mate.
Awesome. There you go. So both pretty big in the Pokemon space.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I know obviously you've got your show coming up, and it's predominantly TCG. Is that correct?
There's a few
in the lineup.
Sports guys.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, it's open to everyone, obviously, but a lot of TCG vendors there, which is great because coming into obviously being in the space, the two of us, and being to so many shows, like it was a bit of a mixed bag, probably coming out of COVID, probably more sports than TCG. And then obviously in the last 2.5 years, you're just seeing it gradually like a wave, TCG taking over. And now it's obviously the more popular in terms of the vendor setups at shows, which is a great thing because obviously we grew up with Pokemon as well. So the fact that it's just massive, and it's great for us and for a lot of people in our age demographic as well. They grew up collecting Pokemon. You probably have the same thing with your friends, but the same with ours. It's just like, people still collect Pokemon cards? Man, I used to have all of those as a kid. So it's like, it's great that it's rekindling the excitement and the fire for a lot of these people. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Big kids with empty wallets. So
that's it, man. That's it.
So what made you?
I always tell them too. I always tell them like Pokemon's at its peak right now, and they're always so surprised. Like, what's at its peak now? Like, it's pretty unbelievable at the moment.
What's your thoughts on that at the moment in terms of like as a collector with the peak?
I think it's a very organic growth that's been happening, especially in the late Scarlet and Violet era. Like there was that big Logan Paul pump in 2020. I think that was a bit unnatural, but that died down a bit, and now it's gone back up to a very natural growth. Like the artwork and everything that's been happening, it's very it's organic. So I can't see it dipping a lot. It's dipping at the moment, the market, but things are going well for the Pokemon community. And with 30th anniversary coming up, it's hard to say that Pokemon's going to die anytime soon.
I definitely don't think so either.
They're smart.
Magda wants to know how did you get into collecting cards?
Yeah. So for myself, my parents would buy me Pokemon cards. My dad used to own Michelle's Patisserie down in Water Gardens, and there was an EB Games right next to it. And I just remember coming after school, we go to the shop, and I'd just be waiting there till they finish work. And the reward for waiting would just to be buying me Pokemon packs. So then I'd come in, you get that feeling in your stomach. And when you walk into an EB Games as a kid, like, I don't know what to get. And then I just like choose whatever they had behind the glass, and they just give it to me. So
that's so good.
I remember those are fun memories.
Back in the days when you could walk in and actually find packs.
School.
Yeah, and there were so many, like, they're just giving it away at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, now for me, it was at school as well. Like everyone started collecting cards. AFL cards were big. Pokemon was big, and Yu-Gi-Oh was big. But just trading cards that you liked, and there was no concept of value or whatsoever. So yeah, it was just the scarcity of it as well. Like I'd get 4 packs for my birthday every year, and that was it. So it was like to have that was such a gem, And now to be able to do it as an adult with adult money, it's like I can relive it again. But it's got the investing side as well, so which I'm big in investing as well. So it's a big, it's a good motive and incentive to stay in the hobby.
So your investments, just touching on that, collect sealed wax, certain sets or subsets from product releases. What else? ETBs, UPCs. Yeah, what in terms of the investment side?
In terms of investment, recently I've been collecting a sealed case of each Scarlet and Violet booster box. Sealed cases is what I invest in, and then I collect slabs as well. Like I'll buy raw cards that I like for myself and then get them graded and be able to sell them as well. But mainly my big investments are in sealed cases of booster boxes, mainly booster boxes. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Can't go wrong with sealed. Can't go wrong with sealed. What did we say on this podcast a while back? By the One Piece Blue Bottom at 150 pre-order, we were telling people. What else did we say?
Yeah. We're even giving links.
151. Evolving Skies. Evolving Skies. Get as much Evolving Skies as you can, ladies and gentlemen. A few that we've just, I reckon, we've hit it out of Dodger Stadium 3 times over. That's how far we hit it out of the park with some of those calls. But yeah, it's good to see. Sealed wax, can't go wrong. Got some of it behind me there. It's always people want to open it, and as they say, it's deflationary. So once it's printed, and they run out the prints of over 2-year period, I think they do, the Pokemon company, it will there's no more made. They do sometimes bring it out in special sets, but like the booster boxes, as you mentioned yourself, they don't really re-release those. So, and the ETBs and stuff like that. So, it's definitely a good one. Props on that. How did you get into wanting to start your own show? What was the reason for you to go down this path and go? Because had you vended at shows before, like before you decided to take this plunge into organizing a show? And what was, maybe it was something you seen there, or you didn't like, or you thought you could do better. What was the reason why you jumped into the show space in setting up? Creating your own show, I should say.
Yeah. I'll start and then Chris will take over. But yeah, I've before we started our own show, I probably vended about maybe 5 to 7 times, and yeah, I really enjoyed vending. The aspect of just meeting people and just the whole community was such a vibe. But I guess the one thing that I noticed there was a lack of was a bit of personality in terms of the event itself and the event managers. Like I'd never met any of the event managers or knew anyone that was the host, besides maybe JD, the TCG Expo. So yeah, that was like a bit of a niche that I saw could have been tapped into.
But yeah, so following up from what James said, I recently got into hobby again after like a long hiatus. So essentially last year in November, one of my friends was like, hey, you should like open some Pokemon packs. I'm like, nah, haven't really touched those in such a long time. But then eventually he got me into it and brought me to my first convention, which was the one in Marvel Stadium. So last year they had one
national.
Yeah, so that was my first one. I bought a PSA 10 Tyranitar Jap. It was like $70. And then that sort of got me back into the hobby. And then on my second show, I met James. We were at
It was Hobby Hangout.
So then we clicked straight away, and so like I started making friends with people, and then I started collecting more and more, and then I eventually started vending with my 2 other friends early this year, and then at this point in time, like from right now, we've done 14 shows, and we wanted to just run our own shows. We just thought one day, you know what, we're vending so much, we've connected with so many of the other vendors, we've made so many friends, we enjoy the experience of going to the shows, chatting to people, buying cards, and just the overall vibe. And we thought, why don't we just run our own? And I knew I didn't really want to run it by myself because I like working with someone. I like working with people. So then I thought James was a really perfect person to team up with, and we just like bounce off each other really well. And yeah, so now we're on to our second one. Hopefully it gets bigger, you know.
Well,
Very good, mate.
It's actually a very good story because, to be honest, with the content that you put out, I would have thought you guys have been mates for like 10 years. Seriously. I had no idea that you just met each other at the Hobby Hangout this year.
Yeah,
so,
literally.
I actually thought you were like friends for so long or something, or like, I don't know, but you got a really good
long lost
chemistry.
brothers. Dom, I thought you were.
Mate, honestly, the way that you bounce off of each other, as you mentioned, is great. And I just wanted to obviously direct it to some of your content that you have on your page. And for those that have not seen it before, obviously you're into flipping at shows, flipping coins for cards and for deals, and it's very, very exciting, of course. And you've got so much other content on there. I'll bring up your page just so people know where to find you. Obviously, we'll chuck it all in the description as well. But you can find the boys at Collectors Paradise 25. Here it is. We'll get to
just
the show
hit 1,000
details.
followers like half an hour ago as well.
That's awesome.
So,
congrats, gents. That's so good. We'll get to all the details in a second. But yeah, just the flipping and the content ideas. Obviously, you've got a lot of interesting stuff over here. So like you got Chris with his basketball videos here, and there was one where you were traveling and someone was asleep, and I'm pretty sure it was you, James, was waking up Chris, who was half asleep smashing him with a pillow. It's just very very entertaining stuff. So just your ideas in terms of like that content creating. I know, like you said, when it comes to creating shows, you want to have personality. I'm assuming that's what you want to bring to your content as well as your shows.
Yeah, so basically with the content that we have, sometimes it just comes to us randomly, and like,
I'm naturally a bit of a fuckwit, so like we just I plan around a lot. So like to be able to film what I do and be able to upload it, like I wouldn't be able to upload it to my personal. So like having it a Collector's Paradise where I can just upload it, it's relevant to the space. It's so good because it creates content as well. So it's no,
it's good. Like one of my favorite videos was the one where I made James jump off the Geelong Pier. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but that was right after a pack attack, and he really didn't want to do it. But I'm just like, nah, bro, it's gonna be great.
That was a coin flip. We lost a coin flip.
Is it this one here?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's very, very good. Very funny. So yeah, definitely go onto their channel and check that out. Yeah, you're just contemplating life there of what to do. It's very funny. But definitely head on over, ladies and gents. You can check out all their content. I don't want to spoil it all, or rather you all go to their page, drop them a follow, and then go through their collection of content. Obviously, let's get to the show. You've got some very notable people, of course, at the show. Card Fever, we're obviously good friends with Sonny, so great to see him at the show. Poker Cartel, I'll just bring them up. You got Rara TCG. I won't go through all of them, read every single name, but great assortment of vendors there. And then, of course, some more over here. You got some random blokes here, double coverage, who probably add to the fuckwit title. Don't worry about that. Over here, Prestige Cards, Blacklist Cards, Troll. So Stephen will be there as well, which is great. And of course, over here, here's the layout. Very nice. So you've got coffees, which is a must. I can see over here. What else have you got? Sausage sizzle.
Sausage sizzle, potentially burgers. I'm not sure if they're doing burgers, but sausage sizzle for sure. And then there's matcha, so they'll have cookies and all that as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
I like it. That's,
you need a little snack break in between looking through all the vendors. I've posted the link to buy your tickets in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. So you can find it there. You can also find it in the description. Go through and find the link there and in the description on YouTube. And also, if you're listening to this podcast format at a later date, you'll find it in the description there too. So check it out and make sure you get your tickets and buy it through our link. I think the landing page, the double coverage landing page link that's generated from Try Booking. So check it out.
Perfect. Another thing I saw as well, and I actually messaged Saucy. I don't know how he gets involved in this, but I messaged him today and I said, you need to get into this.
Oh, yes.
This pack battle. I don't know if you know, but Saucy does a roaming sauce, which he took after roaming Brian from the AFL. And I said to him, you should do a roaming Saucy and somehow get into this pack battle. It would be hilarious.
Absolutely.
He'd be just trying to throw people off, opening a pack that he doesn't even know what cards are even in there himself. So, yeah, you've got...
I'm going to get some G.I. Joe cards and reseal it, mate, and just, G.I. Joe out of a Pokemon pack.
So there you go. You got a whole bunch of stuff. So that is coming up at this show. I'll give all the info right now, and then obviously we can discuss it just before we finish up. But it is Saturday, 22nd of November, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Epping Memorial Hall, 827 High Street, Epping. They got Pokemon TCG, sports cards, comics, figurines, trinkets and stickers. There's food, sweet treats, refreshing drinks, buy, sell, trade, win free prizes, make memories, which is what we love doing in the hobby, and share the smiles. I love your attitude, gents, which is great. Tickets, as Saucy mentioned, everything can be found in the description below or in the bio on the boys' Instagram page. But early bird of $5, $10 general admission, $15 on the door, and kids under 10 free. And that is your physical age, not your mental age. Okay, because I'd be getting in for free to every show if that was the case. But yeah, everything can be found here on the Try Booking link. So just a few things before we do finish up. Magda says, just imagine Saucy wins the pack battle. Yeah, we probably wouldn't hear the end of it for the history of mankind. But I just want to ask a few personal questions just about your collections. So the last two things we ask every single guest that comes onto this show. Your favorite card in your collection. You might have it on you, or you might just be able to tell us what the card is.
Yeah, you want to go for this one? Or
we'll both go.
Oh, okay. So my favorite card in my collection is sealed Ancient Moo promo. Had it for such a long time. It's literally still in its own original packaging. I haven't even looked at the card itself. For example, when you get it, it's just the back. And then there's just information at the front. You have to actually open it up to see the card. So that's my favorite one.
Keep it sealed.
Oh, 100%. Never opening it.
And James?
Along the lines of the Mew. It's...
Ooh, hang on.
Yeah, that's nice. So you'll be able to do a special here.
No, hang on. How do we do this one?
Oh,
this
not
one.
Me.
That's the one.
Drag
hang
me
on.
out of there.
There
we
go. There we go.
Oh, yeah, very nice. Mewtwo GX. Oh,
Mewtwo
Black
GX.
Label.
Black Label.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. What's the pop on that? How many Black Labels is there of those?
There's 6 of these in the world.
Oh, that's so sick.
And yeah, I got this last year, and yeah, it's such a hard card to grade, even as a PSA 10, because it came with a lot of like white dots on the back. So to grade it as a 10 is very hard, but to get it as a Black Label is, it's insane. So that's my favorite, yeah, for sure.
Very nice. And the last question is recent pickups. Any recent pickups?
Any recent pickups?
He's struggling.
He needs to knock back a scotch or something just to soothe the throat.
Yeah. No, we're actually we've been craving Yoshi ever since I got to his place. We're just like, man, let's go get Yoshi. So that's
that will be on the cards after this. I think they're still open. They're open till 11, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Oh yeah. So reason pick up. I actually haven't bought any new cards in a little bit, but the next card that I'll probably buy is the PSA 10 Suicune from Crown Zenith. I do love one of the legendary dogs are one of my favorite sets of legendaries out there. So
My man.
You just can't go wrong. Gen 2.
Exactly right. I agree. Raikou, Entei, Suicune. I've actually got that, but I got it in the Japanese. So out of I think it was trying to think what the set was in the Japanese. V-Star Universe or something like that. Yeah. So I've got the PSA 10 set, 3 dogs stashed away.
They're so good.
Yeah, the artwork on it is elite.
Yeah. I also haven't picked up much recently. Just been so busy with life, but I guess from
organizing the show, bro.
EV Games pre-order Phantasmal Flames bundle.
Yeah.
And this random Pikachu card just picked up the other day at Card Fair. It's got a nice rainbow on it. So yeah, just
Beautiful.
Nice and light, but haven't picked up much. This market is a good buyer's market. But yeah.
Perfect.
That's about it.
All right. So thank you, gents. Just one last time. Obviously, we'll bring up, you can follow the guys at Collectors Paradise 25. I reckon if I hit refresh, it'd be more than 1,007 followers, which is what we like to see.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, 22nd of November, 11 a.m. 4 p.m. Epping Memorial Hall. You can buy the tickets either in the description for this podcast or on their link in the bio as well.
And if people aren't organised and decide last minute they want to come, can they buy a ticket at the door, gents?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, there you go.
15 at the door.
Yeah, that's
so
fine.
$5 early bird, $10 online, 15 at the door. That's what I remember off the top of my head that I saw in that post.
Yeah.
So I've nailed that. My memory's not that shot yet. Thanks again, gents. Really appreciate it. As we did mention to you, we'll obviously this will drop as our full podcast, but we'll also clip your interview and have it as its own standalone as well. So thank you so much for jumping on.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys.
No worries, man. All the best for Sunday. Or Saturday, sorry.
This is start of something big.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we'll see you guys
there.
It's
on your page, aspiring national hosts.
That's right. That's actually where
Paradise, Australia.
Go big or go home, they say.
Perfect. All right. Take care, gents. Thanks for jumping on.
Guys, appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Catch you later.
Awesome work. Boys are great. Thanks for giving up your time, James and Chris. So there you go. Another show source. It's great. Collectors Paradise. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. They'll have it all down pat. They're really switched on and onto it, as we discussed in that podcast. Magda says, might need to catch a helicopter to get to Epping. You'll find a way, Magda. You'll find a way. You always do. The last thing, obviously, to run through is, before we finish up, Melbourne Card Fair source. We were there on the weekend. It was great to catch up with so many people. As we said, we'd be back in Shane forever, mate. In those dark days after COVID, you know, as you mentioned last week on the show source, he was the one that put his neck out for everyone. So always look after him. We had Saucy's boy, Zachy Merritt, floating around once again. We had the Man Mountain, John O'Michaels, floating around as well, which is always great to see. The Magdas, they were out and about. Sonny, the boys at Boop. I think Kyle's pissed off at me because I don't know how to put pull tabs on my...
No pull tabs, mate. When you submit it,
no pull tabs. Yeah, Kyle was pissed off with me, but that's all right. I think he still loves me, but I think it helped when I bought from their stand source. He's just like, it's okay, I think. But it was great. Obviously, Ben as well from Pokerstop. Yeah, just great guys.
Pokestop, or I think it's called.
Yeah, great guys, great people. it's just fantastic to have it continuously. We had 24/7 collectibles there that gave us a pack of Merlin Premier League, which I've open sourced, and I filmed a reel, which I'll post at a later date. There's your pack. You can open on the pod if you want, or you can do a reel as well. It's up to you, mate. Or you can open a pack of Phantasmal Flames and hit the Zard live on the podcast.
All right, I'll save that one. I've got a few packs here.
I know, that's why I said it, because we were together, obviously, for the breaks last night. I would love for you to eat it, bro.
This is from Games World.
I would lose.
Zard in a Zard pack.
I would make yourself big. I would lose my absolute marbles if you hit a Zard. You would just go bananas. You probably hit Suicune like we hit last night, about 20 Suicunes. Reverse holo. No, shut the. It's just go through the cards you live on. There's nothing in there, brother. There's nothing.
There's something there, bro.
There's nothing in there, bro. I gotta say
I'll take a Wiggly Puff or whatever, the Wiggly Tuff. I'll take one of those too. No, there's something there.
No.
It wasn't gold, so it's definitely not that.
Okay, I'll go nuts if you eat something. This is the take a piss pack too. Oh,
that was my hit.
That's all right.
Mega Lopunny EX. There you go. Should have kept it sealed.
Do I roof it or do I keep it sealed?
Yeah, the deep pocket monster. That's who I took that one on. And after you open it and it's crap, should have kept it sealed.
Which is probably 80% of packs that you open.
Yes, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll sleeve it up.
Oh, geez. On that note,
on the eBay store.
Yes, we do. We've got the double coverage eBay store as well. We haven't even plugged any of that stuff yet. We've been
there's one listing on there, Dom. So that's probably why we haven't plugged it.
Yeah, I understand, but we can tell people to go follow the vendor account.
We can
the vendor page. So when we post stuff, I'm looking to post some stuff up tomorrow actually. So I'll populate it a bit more with some cards. But yeah, with everything else happening. I don't think there's any updates this week. Yes, we've got 2 more Eminence breaks listed on the breaks page. Let's go to the breaks page.
We've got 2 more Eminence breaks. We obviously still got some Phantasmal Mega Evolutions as well, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got 4 spots left in Mega Evolutions. 4 spots left there. There's 5 spots left in one Phantasmal and 3 spots left in another one. And Global's bought into a couple spots in the Eminence breaks.
On your Global.
Which is awesome, mate. And I will be calling you, or Saucy will be calling you Global on the break. I ain't calling you Alec. Forget about that, mate. No, not happening. It's Global. So, so the Eminence breaks, here they are. 14 and 15, and then we had some breaks from last night. Obviously, one of the most notable breaks last night was this Nick the Lizard Blakey from Eminence, among a whole bunch of other hits, which you can catch in our group if you join, or on the Double Coverage Breaks Instagram. That's pretty much it. So also, I think that's all we've got for everyone.
That's the lot. The only other thing that I will just say, and this will end on this, if you really, really, really want to open and are very much keen to open some basketball product at a reasonable price, the only way to do that, ladies and gentlemen, is to get it direct from Topps themselves. And Topps Chrome, the very first Topps Chrome basketball will be going on pre-order at 12 p.m. Eastern time. So that is 4 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So set your alarms, get up at 3:30 a.m. and
you going for a box for the page?
yes, I am going to go for a box like an absolute lemon. I'm going to go for some and try get some for the breaks because, look, not for anything, Doma, not for anything. You know, all the retailers here were selling the Topps Chrome hobby boxes, and I should say, let's say the jumbo box where you're guaranteed one relic and one auto. All the retailers here were selling it for $650, $700. That same box from Topps was only $240 USD. So once you put in the conversion, you send it to your Ship My Cards, and you get it back to Australia, you're probably into the box for about $450, right? Retailers here in Australia charging $650, $700. For us at the breaks page, don't get me wrong, we can go to the retailer and buy the box and add a bit of money on top. But do we really want to be breaking at that much of a price? Not really. We'd just rather you just go buy the box instead of us buying it at that price. But if I can get it at the price direct from Topps, and obviously it's much better than what the retailers here can, then we are able to break it at a reasonable price and provide some basketball breaks to you. So, ladies and gentlemen,
definitely
if you are keen yourself, look, I'm going to go for it and hopefully have some for the breaks. There is also another opportunity at 2 a.m. If you go to the UK version. I'm not sure if you knew this, Doma, but you can go US, UK. The UK, and that one, the UK is at 3 p.m. in UK time, which is actually 2 a.m. So if you're that keen, you can try at 2 a.m. and then you can go to the US section and try at 4 a.m. So it's up to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're really that keen. But I will be saying this. If you actually want to rip at a reasonable price, it is the only way, because what we've seen here from the retailers here in Australia is as soon as it gets to this level, you're getting absolutely pantsed by them. And that's their...
What are you can buy them for $650 sauce, like you're saying, and then when they get to breaking, they're breaking it for sometimes $700 plus.
Not more, mate. Probably more.
We can guarantee you here on Double Coverage Breaks, if we get a box at $450, it'll be broken for under $650. Guaranteed. That's a guarantee, mate. So if you've noticed by going to our page, we may or may not be undercutting most breakers by a few dollars. So
cheaper product,
and we're not. We haven't even got a license source. If we had a license and we know how much people get in the boxes actually for, I'll tell you what, all our Pokemon breaks, if we actually had a license, like a license distribution, we'd be breaking all these megas, ladies and gentlemen, for less than 300. That's all I'm telling you. So you can do the rest of the maths. So just saying, we'd make $100 off the break and still be giving it to you for what, $200 cheaper than what the box is now. It's fucking cooked. It's actually cooked. It's cooked. But anyway, all we're saying is that's what we're working towards. We don't have a shop, so we're actually working towards that, ladies and gents, to hopefully be able to get distribution straight to us where we can get this product, and then we can say, all right, bang, we can sell these breaks. We'll say Mega Evolutions, $300 is the break, and the boxes are selling for $380 retail, but we're breaking it at $300 as a total. So that's the plan. We want to try and get the best value to you. And the other thing too is we just want to sell these phantasmal breaks. And we've also been building up in the background a bit of a personals list as well for everyone that's in the Facebook group. And that personals list, when the stock comes in, will have NBA, NFL, some Japanese Pokemon, probably some English Pokemon. It's got a variety of sports and TCG. So that'll open up more avenues for people that are in the Facebook group. So correct. You know what to do, ladies and gents. You want extra break credit, refer more people to the page, and keep your eyes out for that personals list, which will come out hopefully in the next few weeks. That's it.
Beautiful.
Hopefully you get this Topps Chrome sauce, and then we can get a big giant Wemby, and that'll be it.
Yeah, I'm keen.
Wembasaurus.
I'm hoping I can get a pre-order. Look, I'm a bit disappointed. I wasn't sort of on top of the releases. They did actually release the new Topps UEFA Champions League Merlin. So I'm a bit shattered that I missed out on that. They are still dribble-drabbling releases here and there, Topps. I am a little bit disappointed. I missed out on the Topps Chrome Formula One, Dom. I wouldn't have minded to get a box of the Formula One. They're still releasing boxes here and there. I missed out on that, but yeah, Dom, it's difficult when you're forced to get up at 4 a.m. And the thing is, you can't even get up at 4 a.m. Dom, because you've missed if you actually get up at that time. You got to get up at 3:30, and before you go to bed, I've got to set up everything ready to go on my laptop. Put my laptop to sleep, so when I open my laptop, it's all ready to rock and roll. And then I have my system. I hit on the Labubu boxes, so let's hope I can hopefully hit on these Topps Chrome basketball. Nothing more than I'd love to be able to get boxes at a reasonable price. And then be able to break them. I will say this. We'll have some Topps mega boxes coming. I see a bunch of people had them here. The cheapest retailer I seen had them for $120. Everyone else is much more expensive than that. I think EB Games was selling the same megas for $160. So what I'm going to sell them for, I just need to see what my postage is going to cost me from my reshipper, so then I can see what I've got the boxes at. But I will have some sort of Topps basketball for people to potentially rip and ship at some point once it gets to Australia. It is going through a reshipper, so I didn't cop the massive shipping fee coming from Japan. So if anyone's not familiar with what that is, essentially it's like a ship my cards, but all over the world. This has a mailbox in Japan, so it sends it to the mailbox in Japan, and then they reroute that to me, and the postage costs a fraction of the price because I think it's owned by Aramex, and Aramex has their own planes or whatever, so they load up a whole plane and then bring all those parcels over, or whatever. So or they tack on with something. A plane company, so it makes the shipping cheaper. Anyway, enough rambling on. Doma, that's it.
Keep living, loving, and breathing sports and cards. I'm Dom with the Great Man Sources double coverage. Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports. Double curve.